Bank in Mowequa, First National Bank of Taylorville, and Harlow Industrial Services.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Time now for your expanded local news. I'm Reed Kamai. Christian County Court has denied a motion to reconsider pretrial detention conditions for Brian M. Grove, who is charged with possession and distribution of child sexual abuse materials. As a result, Judge J. Mark Kelly granted Grove release under several strict pretrial conditions. Those conditions include GPS monitoring, home confinement, no internet access through phones or computers, no possession of dangerous weapons, and no contact with anyone under the age of 18. According to court records, Grove appeared in custody in Christian County Court with his attorney, Thomas Finks. Grove's hearing on Thursday was for the court to review a motion seeking changes to his pretrial detention status. The court considered arguments from both parties, including claims related to Grove's medical treatment, but ultimately ruled that the medical concerns did not amount to a change in circumstances. During the hearing, the court also addressed the issue of his level of danger to the community. Court records state that Grove submitted several Rule 23 appellate cases for consideration. While acknowledgement of those opinions was not binding, the judge noted that the cited cases excluded child sexual abuse material-related offenses from being considered dangerous to the community. This was a position that Judge Kelly strongly disagreed with. Despite those concerns, the court determined that there were less restrictive alternatives available other than continued detention that could help mitigate any threat to the community. Grove will now await his next hearing out of custody, but still restricted by the court with pretrial conditions. Grove is scheduled to appear in court next for pretrial proceedings on June 11th. On Tuesday, State Representative Brad Holbrook addressed the Illinois House of Representatives. During his address, Holbrook advocated for a 6-month pause on the motor fuel tax in Illinois, along with a pause on the automatic CPI increase scheduled for July 1st.
Today, I rise to call for immediate common sense relief for Illinois motorists, farmers, truckers, and every resident who depends upon gasoline and diesel fuel to live and work. Right now, Illinois imposes a 6.25% sales tax on motor fuel. That tax is applied not just to the base price of gasoline, but to the price already includes state and federal motor fuel taxes. In other words, Illinois families pay a tax on top of other taxes.
Holbrook wrapped up by giving real-world implications of the Illinois gas tax and what is at stake if lawmakers don't step in and make motions to provide relief at the gas pump.
When families are forced to choose between filling their tank and paying their bills, we should not be making that decision harder. When farmers are facing higher input costs and an estate tax, we should not be adding to that burden. When trucking companies are struggling with fuel costs, we should not be increasing that pressure that ultimately rises the price of goods and services for everyone.
Holbrook said he is hopeful that the Illinois House of Representatives Democratic majority will take meaningful action to address high gas taxes, as well as any and all taxes that are currently burdening the people of Illinois. Holbrook hopes to see this result happen before the General Assembly adjourns on May 31st. Governor J.B. Pritzker is calling on Congress to allow the permanent year-round use of E15 gasoline, a blend of 15% ethanol and 85% gasoline that is cheaper than regular fuel and increases demand for corn. Governor J.B. Pritzker has recently been outspoken about E15 gasoline, stating that it will help spur domestic energy production and stabilize fuel markets. And now, a word from Taylorville Community Credit Union.
Hi, this is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. 2026 is an exciting year at TCCU. We are building a new home office, upgrading our mobile app, and preparing to offer mobile check deposit, all to better serve our members. 2026 also marks our 70th anniversary. For 70 years, TCCU has been your local source for low loan rates, great deposit rates, and an organization proud to serve our local communities. Visit any of our convenient locations in Taylorville, Hillsboro, Litchfield, or Painter. You can also visit us online at tccu.org, member NCUA.
The Safe Passage program in Taylorville is looking to expand its outreach, recruit volunteer drivers, and ramp up fundraising. The program works in conjunction with the Taylorville Police Department to help community members recover from drug addiction and rebuild their lives. Coordinator Denise Evans says informational brochures will soon appear at public establishments in town.
Outreach, we will be out and about all the businesses around, and we will be handing out brochures, talking to maybe people in the street, maybe set up at open doors at a store, front doors, and handing out brochures. It tells all about Safe Passage, has phone numbers on it and everything. We will be doing that throughout Christian County. Because we take people from everywhere, not just Taterville. I've even had clients come from out of state.
The program has volunteer drivers who transport those in the program to and from rehab visits. They are always open to more volunteers, especially in the winter when many regular drivers are out of town. Those interested are asked to call Safe Passage at 217-777-0080.
They can, all they have to do is have a good driving record and insurance.
Yep.
And we have 6 or 7 volunteers. Most are retired, so a lot of times they go south for the winter, and sometimes we run short there.
Okay.
So anyone who would like to drive, just call that number, get a hold of us.
Those who go through the Safe Passage program and complete drug court are honored at a graduation ceremony. Each graduate speaks at the event, and the public is welcome to attend. After
that has to do with if they're on probation or anything like that. They go through what is called drug court. And after they go through that process, then there's a graduation. A springtime and winter one in the Taterville Davis Memorial Church.
Okay.
And it's a big affair also. Anyone is welcome to go to that. There's a free dinner, and then everyone goes into the
main space.
The main space. Okay. And then they have, they'll have all kinds of speakers and different things in there.
As coordinator, Evans is part of the entire process for each individual in the program. It starts with the initial consultation, which an individual initiates simply by coming to the Taylorville Police Department. She listens to that person's story and encourages them to be fully open.
Someone will come in, or someone may be going to court, and the judge will tell them that they have to go to Safe Passage to get help. So when they come in, they'll come in my office and we'll talk on, what's going on and everything, and they have to be honest. That's the first thing I tell them.
Yep.
I want you to tell me the truth. I'm not here to, judge you or anything. There's no judging in this program. You can tell me anything. And so then they get started. They might leave out a little bit, but then eventually after we've talked for a while and everything, they'll say, well, I did this or that, whatever. So they really open up and tell me their story.
The Safe Passage program always accepts in-kind donations. Checks can be mailed to the Taylorville Police Department to the attention of Safe Passage. Their address is 108 West Vine Street, Taylorville, Illinois, 62568. More information is available through a link in this story on our website, TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Denise Evans appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. And now, a word from Heartland Bank and Trust.
Your son was 3 when you planted that tree in your backyard. Now he's grown, planting seeds and making memories with his own kids. Let Heartland Bank help you grow more memories with banking options for every stage of your life. Welcome, former CNB customers. We're your community bank. Heartland Bank. We build relationships that nurture and grow your dreams. Visit us today at hbtbank.com. Member FDIC.
At People's Bank and Trust, they help their consumer and business customers spend their time living their life, not explaining it. At People's Bank and Trust, they put people first. Find out how they can help you by clicking their banner ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson from Advanced Title. Whether selling your home on your own or through your local realtor, please give us a call at 824-8007 for all your title work needs.
With summer approaching, the Christian County YMCA is preparing to welcome youth in the community to its various camps. Many of the programs will feature engaging field trips, while others will simply help them stay active. Executive Director Bruce Blanchard says Allison Curtin, a name you might recognize, who was named Miss Basketball of Illinois in 1998 in her time playing at Taylorville High School, will lead the summer's basketball camp.
You know, we have our summer day camp for kids ages 5 through 12 coming up, starting on May 27th, and then it'll last the duration of summer. And got a lot of different things planned for them, field trips and fun things like that. And then we've got there's a basketball camp coming up in July, the Allison Curtin Duncan Basketball Clinic, which is really nice. And that's great to get Allison back and to help provide a basketball clinic. And then we've got, right now we currently have soccer going on. We were talking about that earlier, Reed. There's over 210 kids in our spring soccer program. They play on Saturday mornings. It's a big deal. It's great to see. And we have 2 sessions just because there's so much activity out there. That's kind of the best way to serve everybody.
More information on the Christian County YMCA, as well as registration for any of the aforementioned programs, is available at ccymca.org. Bruce Blanchard appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. Now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. 92-year-old Barbara Jo Fleigel of Taylorville died on Sunday. Visitation is today from 10 till 11 at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. The funeral service will immediately follow. Burial will be at Oak Hill Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. 3-year-old Reed L. Fiken of Taylorville died on Saturday. Visitation is this Saturday from 10 till noon at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 77-year-old Robert D. McGehee of Taylorville died on Sunday. Visitation is tomorrow from 10 till noon at Grace Baptist Church in Taylorville. The funeral service will immediately follow. Burial will be at a later date. Arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 61-year-old Rochelle Ida Shelley Simpson of Springfield died April 28th. A celebration of life will take place tomorrow from 11:30 until 3:30 at the Aqua Sports Club in Springfield. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. 95-year-old Anise Ann Weddle, formerly Gerardi of Kincaid, died April 22nd. A tentative date for a service is June 18th at Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. Interment will be at Camp Butler National Military Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. And 79-year-old Gary L. Carr of Bonita Spring, Florida, died March 27th. A memorial service will take place June 27th at 2 at Blue Mound Civic Center in Blue Mound. Burial will be at Hall Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. Let's take a look at the weather today. Showers are likely with thunderstorms possible after 4, increasing clouds with a high near 67. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely, mostly cloudy with a low around 50. Get local news anytime at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and every hour